Dear friends, allow me to first extend my gratitude to all the co-organizers, particularly Afaemme, the Barcelona Chamber of Commerce, and XII, who gave me the opportunity to address you and to extend to you the institutional support of the Union for the Mediterranean. Due to the UFM's ongoing high-level women conference taking place at the same time, unfortunately today I am unable to join you online live for your interesting discussion. This year, we commemorate the 25th anniversary of the Barcelona process. It was launched with the aim to strengthen relations between Europe and the southern Mediterranean countries.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you're all well and safe. My name is Miwa Lubemba, and I'm a Senior Program Officer at the International Trade Center, and I'm working in the area of institutional strengthening. The International Trade Center, ITC, is a joint agency of the World Trade Organization and the United Nations. Our mandate is to assist small and medium enterprises in developing and transition economies to become more competitive in global markets. Support to women entrepreneurs is one of our critical priorities, even more so now at a time when they are disproportionately affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. We know that though women own approximately 1/3 of the world's SMEs, they only account for 20% of exporting firms. As their enterprises tend to be smaller, they are especially vulnerable to economic crises, such as the one we're experiencing right now. I'm really excited to be part of MedaWeek Barcelona 2020.
Hi, I am Betül Sezgin. I am the chairwoman of the board of the Association of Businesswomen in Izmir. As we all know, the pandemic has affected the world we live in since almost past 1 year. And actually, the virus has enormously affected our business and daily life. Especially for female employees in the Mediterranean geography, the process was a bit hard to deal with so far. We can say during the quarantine days that the domestic workload of women increased with the fact that many families were full-time at home. During this period, women were engaged in household tasks and childcare as well as their professional life. In addition, following the online education process of school-age children, responding to their emotional needs, planning games and activities are added to all these responsibilities of women. The coronavirus has affected all types of different women. The woman who used to pay another woman to help with their housework now has to do it themselves with juggling to teach and manage their children while working from home at the same time.
Hello everyone, this is Tagreed Nafisi, President of Jordan Forum for Business and Professional Women. For businesses in Jordan to qualify for the government COVID-19 relief programs, they have to fulfill certain criteria. They have to be formally registered companies and have 5 employees registered with the Social Security Association. For this reason, it was difficult for most women-owned businesses to access these benefits, and they have suffered from a lack of cash flow. The pandemic restrictions also made it so difficult for women to market their products and services. In a letter to the Prime Minister, signed by our members, we demanded that certain percentage of the central bank's preferential loans to the private sector should be given to women-owned businesses. We also demanded that the government establish a solidarity fund to support businesses in the informal sector. Thank you very much.
Micro, small and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs, are the backbone of many economies. They are particularly exposed to the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic because of limited financial resources and borrowing capacity. Necessary measures include the protection of women's jobs via access to technology, training, markets, innovative institutional finance.
This is Yomna Al-Shiridi from Business Women of Egypt, and we miss you big time, miss our regular meeting every year in Barcelona. The challenge we're facing right now of COVID-19 has really closed many doors to many of our members, and the biggest challenge helped us to expedite big time the digitalization process. Every lady, every businesswoman has started thinking of how to be online. Everyone has started how to expand her horizon beyond her regular and comfort zone of her market. We started opening many channels among domestic market and international markets through using the platforms to market the products, and we were able to make to help women get the proper photography for their products and to be able to place their products in the different websites where we can really sell our products, and we are ongoing this to help them get the right prices for the international markets. So the crisis, or the opportunity out of crisis, was digitalization. This is what we really helped SMEs with. Thank you very much.
Greetings from Business Women Association of Montenegro. According to statistics from 2011, there were only 9.6% of companies owned by women in Montenegro. In recent years, great progress has been recorded in the number of female business owners, which now counts to 21.81%. Women and young people are recognized as a large but underutilized potential of Montenegrin economy, and unfortunately, there is still no systematic and comprehensive support in this segment. In order to achieve country's economic progress and acceptance of modern social trends, it is necessary for us as a society to enable women to participate equally in business. I'm not only hoping, but I also suggest that in this time of unprecedented crisis caused by COVID-19 virus, that we should revise the values of which our society is based, close taboo stereotypes, and help everyone, especially women, to participate equally in entrepreneurship and contribute to economic recovery.
In Greece, we have conducted two major researches since May 2020 to October 2020, and it shows that the biggest victims of the COVID economic crisis were female entrepreneurs. And why was that in Greece? Because we have a big gender gap that leads that women have the major role in the economy, house economy, either with their children, parenting, or with their elder parents. That means that women, entrepreneurs that had to face the crisis even earlier, when the schools shut down, even before the economic lockdown, and some of them weren't able to go back to their works before when the market opened. The schools were not operating, so they had to take care of their children. We are in constant communication with our ministries of Interior, Labor and Economics, where we have demanded for some type of measures in order to assist women entrepreneurs to stay in business, to stay in the economy, with some type of subsidies or any type of other support.
Major business support measures against COVID-19 in Tunisia. Each country organizes itself as it can to cope with this global pandemic. Tunisia does not deviate from this rule. For its part, It has been proactive in taking the necessary health measures by declaring a national state of emergency and adopting containment measures, including total isolation, night curfew, travel bans. All these measures are not without consequences on employment.
COVID-19 has abruptly upended our personal and professional lives. Recovery and sustainability are the new recommendations for concrete actions on both sides. For instance, 2 items: locals authorities, tax breaks, adaptation of local policies by assessing the impact of post-COVID measures on the females population in the various areas, urban and rural. On the female SMEs business side, readaptation to the new conditions and needs of the market, partnerships, e-commerce, innovations and use of technology in their own production and for their offer to the public.
Women entrepreneurs face obstacles in accessing information, resources and networks to pursue their business during the pandemic. To overcome obstacles, accessing to financial service is important. Government's role to support SMEs, social support including child and elderly care, is also highly important for women in this stage. Globally, we saw the digitalization of businesses. Women should develop their skills and transform their work into the digital stage. Using e-commerce opportunities, partnering with organizations and people, having a gender-inclusive approach and ensuring the sustainability and inclusiveness of action plans would help us achieve our goals.
Taking facilitation measures for entrepreneurial projects that employ technology and are based on creativity and innovation through the following points. Establishing business incubators and centers for disseminating knowledge about leadership and information technology, coordination and networking with existing centers that are easily accessible to women, website. Organizing events to transfer expertise from specialists, men and businesswomen, from success stories and experience to female entrepreneurs, and to transfer expertise on the use of information technology, creativity and innovation in entrepreneurial projects. Facilitate women's access to finance.
Bonjour. Eh bien, ce sont dans les périodes de crise que l'on saisit les plus belles opportunités. Cette crise du Covid-19, qui est très violente, a connu de belles réussites de femmes chefs d'entreprise qui, pendant la première période de confinement, n'étaient pas forcément versées dans le digital et qui ont profité de cette période difficile pour se lancer dans la création de leur site web, de la création de leur vitrine, qu'elles soient d'ailleurs dans les produits ou dans les services. En tout cas, j'ai eu l'occasion de suivre de belles réussites et qui, pendant cette période qui est en train de durer, qui est mondiale, une crise mondiale, sont en train de tirer leur épingle du jeu grâce à leur capacité d'adaptation au niveau du digital. Je vous dis, pour celles qui n'ont pas encore sauté le pas, allez-y, c'est vraiment l'une des belles solutions, si ce n'est la meilleure solution pour sauver nos business et non seulement les sauver, mais les développer parce que de toute façon, l'avenir c'est le digital. On n'arrête pas de le dire depuis plusieurs années, là ça devient plus une possibilité mais une nécessité. Alors pour les femmes qui n'ont pas encore sauté le pas, allez-y, même si vous pensez que votre business ne s'y apprête pas, pas du tout. Vous pouvez trouver une porte avec le digital. Allez-y, c'est une très très belle opportunité à saisir. Voilà.
The pandemic, while necessarily creating a climate of uncertainty, has not blocked women's desire to do business. I am a direct observer as president of Afaemme Torino. In fact, one enterprise over 5 is linked to women. In the last 5 years, talking about new businesses, data show that every 4 companies 3 are led by a woman into typical male areas, such as information technology and scientific professional activities. In terms of territorial incidence, on the total number of companies, 3 regions of the South are at the top of the ranking: Molise, Basilicata, and Abruzzo.
Necessary to take important actions in order to establish the change management correctly and to ensure that organizations are minimally affected by the crisis. With the transformation of remote working and business life from a temporary application to a permanent one, companies need to create a working culture in the digital environment and take actions that will give employees digital collaboration competence. In this context, I always emphasize the importance of planning with a focus on infrastructure, process and innovation for the new period. While trying to adapt to all these negative conditions, gender inequality in business life still hinders economic growth.
Bonjour, alors c'est Karima Berguel, présidente de l'Association des femmes en économie verte. Je voudrais vous présenter un petit aperçu sur la femme entrepreneur et les conditions actuelles avec cette pandémie qui est le Covid-19. Donc vous savez que l'Afrique est le continent où il y a plus de femmes entrepreneurs, mais souvent plus par nécessité économique que par choix véritable. Malheureusement, l'année 2020 a été marquée par la crise sanitaire causée par la pandémie Covid-19 et qui a engendré des effets dévastateurs sur les populations en général et les femmes entrepreneurs en particulier. À cet effet, donc je lance un appel aux femmes entrepreneurs quant à l'intérêt capital du renforcement de la résilience face à cette crise sanitaire, sachant pertinemment que ces femmes entrepreneurs qui font face à plusieurs défis possèdent des potentialités de pouvoir jeter les jalons d'une nouvelle réflexion. Il faut donc développer des modules soft skills et former ces femmes sur les TIC, donc les technologies de l'information et de la communication, afin de renforcer leurs capacités dans le travail à distance et d'intégrer ces femmes dans des programmes d'accompagnement exclusifs aux femmes pour les soutenir et encourager le travail en réseau. Poursuivons ensemble cette sensibilisation en vertu de l'entrepreneuriat féminin et le leadership et soyons toutes unies afin de faire face à cette crise sanitaire et cette crise économique. Merci.
In Malta, women-led companies are the minority, and many of them work in client-facing sectors: tourism, events, hotels, restaurants, retail trade, different forms of therapy and many others which have been particularly affected by the crisis. Specific recovery funds should target women-led companies to help them recover the shortest time possible.
COVID expedited the need to shift to digital everything. SMEs and MSMEs need support in creating or optimizing their digital presence and developing their digital strategy to increase their visibility and reach. In Lebanon specifically, and in addition to the challenge COVID imposes, SME founders and managers have to deal with currency devaluation, inflation, and lack of access to foreign currency. Exposure and support in accessing foreign markets is essential for these SMEs today. This could be through linking these businesses to regional and international marketplaces to sell their services and products beyond the Lebanese borders, while providing them with the coaching needed to apply the best practices of online sales.
I would like to give you a brief on the economic situation and activities in Libya. Libya has many resources in addition of oil (coast 2000 am, agriculture, rich desert etc. But there's a limitation of private business regarding to political issues since 1969, which related badly on the majority in adopting on the government for their income. There are very small business operating by women, but most of them are focusing on catering or hairdresser, which don't add any value to the economic. Also, if there's some successful projects, they don't register them at Chamber of Commerce for some reasons (taxes). We are looking for long-term and stable women empowering enterprises to support them and the economic putting in mind the conflict in Libya.